We are coming at you live on a Sunday afternoon with breaking news on the NEA Report. This is Stan Morris reporting. We're live as we have just learned a short time ago of a couple being found dead in Pocahontas, and a homicide investigation is underway as of this hour. Again, as folks are just joining us live, I want to bring you a little bit more information than we just were able to post on the article online on NEAReport.com. If you're looking for more information, we want you to visit there. At the moment, here's what we know from the Randolph County Sheriff Gary Tribble. The media release begins on July 13th, which would have been Friday. 10:10 p.m., the Randolph County Sheriff's Department took a report from Jessica Patterson, reported her parents missing since that afternoon, or actually earlier that morning. Her report was that she hadn't heard from him, and she feared something may have been going wrong. So she's speaking to the Randolph County Sheriff's Department, leaves a complaint, and then calls back the next day. 911 dispatch takes the call at 12:50 p.m. That's Saturday afternoon. And the Randolph County 911 Central Dispatch took the call from the complainant. She said she'd made entry into the residence, and the report was they had made entry. I didn't say who they was, but they found and discovered the body of her mother, requesting then EMS to the scene. The Randolph County Sheriff's Department and Pocahontas Police Department responded to the scene. Officers made entry when they discovered the deceased bodies of Rita Bozwell, 66, Rita Bozwell, 66, both of Pocahontas. The report says the scene being treated as a homicide. The report says that Arkansas State Police was requested at the scene to assist with the investigation. The report says that one suspect was taken into custody, and that that suspect is being held at the Randolph County Jail pending formal charges. I actually, as we were beginning the live stream, we were on a map location. We're going to go back to that here in just one second. As I was doing the research, all from the indicators that I can find, the address would have been on Sioux Lane. That would have been 409 Sioux Lane. A friend of mine who's a reporter, as a matter of fact, Lon Teagles for Northeast Arkansas News, went by that location and took several photos, sent those along to NEA Report. We've got those now. We're going to show those to you. Just don't really have much except for one thing he noticed as an astute news observer was that there was a number of newspapers that were packed into the delivery box. You know, for subscribers of newspapers, you get out there, you read it every morning, and if you, for instance, don't read it for several days, they start to stack up. That was one of the photos he took at the scene. The other photo being this one. You can't really see much in this, but this gives you a bit of an idea up close of the location we're talking about. It is a bit of a wooded area. It's on the map right now. I'm going to show you the location so you can get an idea. This is 409 Sioux Lane. This is off of Pyburn Extended, and this would be Mill Creek. So if you're in Pocahontas, you know where Pyburn Extended is. Follow the mouse pointer to see where I'm talking about there. You would take a ride off Pyburn Extended if you're leaving Pocahontas. This is the city of Pocahontas right here, and this would be 409 Sioux Lane. Indicators that I can tell, that being the location, at least where the couple lived, and the release did not say that specifically. The release did say at their residence, and our searches have indicated that. And again, at the scene, it did appear that that may have been the location as well. If you're just joining us, this is breaking news from NEA Report. A homicide investigation is underway in Pocahontas this weekend. Arkansas State Police are working on this, along with the Pocahontas Police Department and the Randolph County Sheriff. We received our information. It's all available at NEAReport.com right now. I'm just showing you the article. The couple that was found dead in their home this weekend was Ricky and Rita Bozwell, both 66 of Pocahontas. Someone messaged me and told me that they were disabled, that they were friends, and that it was just very sad for them. And obviously, just before we come on the air, I had to pass that sad news along to that individual, which is just sad to have to inform nearby family. I always try to do that. if I'm going to go live if someone said that they were friends with someone and they didn't know beforehand. Rita Bozwell, both 66 of Pocahontas, were found dead in their home Saturday afternoon by their daughter, apparently. She reportedly entered the home and found the mother. Authorities were then paged to the scene. They were requested. Hope was to possibly find EMS to be able to render aid. They were not. 2 people confirmed deceased at the location by authorities once they arrived there. That's when they also determined the scene to have apparently foul circumstances and call in Arkansas State Police to begin a homicide investigation. A subject at the scene was taken into custody, according to the release. In fact, I think I have the release here, and I should be able to show you the specific release itself from the Randolph County Sheriff. So just to pull that up here for a moment and give you the exact wording. It's all sent along to us here by the Randolph County Sheriff, Gary Tribble, and the suspect was taken into custody at the scene, is being held in the Randolph County Jail pending formal charges. Just show you that's right at the bottom of the release there. At the moment, we don't have a name on the suspect. I know a lot of folks are probably asking themselves that. Where's the name? Who's the name of the suspect? We don't have that yet. I'm certain, of course, in time we will get that. I haven't looked at chat yet. I know we've had 100 people or so in the chat room so far, and I don't exactly know. I'm going to open that up now to get an idea of what the Wild West looks like, so to speak. Generally speaking, I'm trying to, with a breaking news story like this, pass along as much information as I can in a short amount of time. Again, our just heartfelt condolences are with everyone, the family, and the friends in the neighborhood and such. It was reportedly at the residence of Ricky and Rita Bozwell. Our research showed that to be 409 Sioux Lane. These photos were taken, and I should put that up on the screen right now, by Lon Teagles of Northeast Arkansas News, which is here is the CBS and Fox station here in town. And so we appreciate Lon for doing that for us and putting that in the screen there. So we've got that on the screen. Appreciate Lon for helping us out this afternoon here with this live breaking news. It's a tragic report to have to bring along this afternoon, a homicide investigation in Pocahontas. And the tragedy, as if that is not bad enough, was that they were discovered by their daughter. Just a very, very difficult to imagine set of circumstances. The daughter calling the late night before, letting authorities know that she thought something was wrong and she did not know. Well, at the scene right there, you can see it had been, as of today, that box had at least 3 newspapers crammed into it. And it may have been more than that, because obviously they're starting to stack them on top of it, as you could see there. Lon sent me several other photos. These were just the ones I was able to get in real fast before I went online live, indicating several days worth. You know, it had been several days since they had checked their newspaper. Something had been amiss for a couple that gets the newspaper delivered every day. You know, if it starts stacking up in the driveway, you know something's wrong. And so that's the location that we matched up to where they were reportedly the residents of there. You see in there a photo, just an idea of the, you know, the landscape of it all, because this would be slightly west of Pocahontas. As I mentioned earlier, it would be off of Pyburn Extended. If you're in the middle of Pocahontas, you would go here and take Pyburn Extended all the way out until you would, just before Mill Creek, you would see Sioux Lane. You would take a right there, and it's almost toward the end of the road. I do think this may be a dirt road or a gravel road, I guess I should say. I'm not sure if they've mapped it out to where we could zoom in on it close enough or not. It doesn't look like it. But, you know, you've got a heavily wooded area there west of, you know, the main part of Pocahontas. It's a little bit southwest of the Five Rivers Medical Center and Highway 90 West, south of Highway 90 West to be specific. So that's the explanation of why the Randolph County Sheriff was the first to respond out there, but they quickly called in Pocahontas police on this. Arkansas State Police also were called in very quickly, and arrived to the scene to find the worst. We don't have the name of the suspect, except to say the suspect was taken into custody at the scene. So we do know that. I'm going to give you kind of a timeline again, too, because I know we got a lot of new folks joining us here in the live stream. I want to give you kind of a timeline of what the information is and when it all began. It actually all started on Friday evening from a phone call to the Randolph County Dispatch, where Randolph County Sheriff Gary Tribble reports in a media release that a daughter of this couple was concerned something had happened to her parents. She did not know what had happened, but she knew something was wrong. The next day, it was a little bit after noon, they made entry into the house. Saturday, we're talking about now, she found her mom. And in the house was her dad as well. And they were both gone. Authorities arrived on the scene and confirmed that Ricky and Rita Bozwell, 66, of Pocahontas, found dead in their home. That's yesterday afternoon. And that's when authorities began their investigation. I know a lot of folks are, especially watching this, are going to probably be watching from out of state. We're in Northeast Arkansas. This is Pocahontas, Arkansas we're talking about. And for those of you who are joining us here in NEA, we read the news always, especially like this, with a grim tone, because a double homicide, a potential double homicide, is not common news, and it's tragic for the community, especially for those who would be this close to the story. If you want to read more about this story, NEAReport.com, it does have the full information, the full story. I'm running through that right now with you guys here as we're in the live stream together. This is Stan Morris reporting on NEA Report. Invite you all to like and follow NEA Report. We'll be covering this story in greater detail in the coming days. Ricky and Rita Boswell found dead in their home this Saturday afternoon. We learned of it this afternoon on NEA Report. Authorities in Pocahontas, Randolph County, on the scene, treating it as a homicide investigation. That's what the media release said to us. At 10:10 Friday, that's when the first report came in from the daughter, Jessica Patterson, reporting her parents missing since Friday morning, 8 a.m. She said she'd been trying to contact them all day. They live west of Pocahontas, but there was no success in her effort. She reported she was concerned something may have happened to them, and at 12:50 p.m. Saturday, the next day, of course, the next morning, they took another call from the daughter. The release said she reported that they, although it didn't specify who was with her, had made entry into the residence of the parents and found and discovered the body of her mother. It didn't say if that's when she stopped or left the home or ran out at that point or what. It just said she called, requested EMS and authorities. The next thing in the release is that the Randolph County Sheriff's Department and the Pocahontas Police Department arrived on the scene, confirmed the discovery of Ricky and Rita Boswell, both deceased. Foul play suspected in that, and state police called in to assist with the investigation, homicide investigation as well. The state police took a suspect into custody. No other details were released officially by authorities. We did do a bit of research, found 409 Sioux Lane west of Pocahontas to be the address listed for Ricky and Rita Boswell. That would fit in the description, along with where geographically this was said to be, but also Lon Teagles with Northeast Arkansas News did go to that specific location. He's in Pocahontas today, and we appreciate him for going and visiting the scene, and actually was able to confirm at least that at the scene there were a number of undelivered newspapers indicating that, of course, either the residents have been away or something has interrupted their regular routine of collecting those that began accumulating over the past 4 or so days. It's a tragic story in Randolph County this afternoon. Wish we didn't have to bring this one along to you folks. Very sorry to have to report this. I'm Stan Morris reporting on NEA Report. Thank you for tuning in to the live stream. If we learn more information about this, we will bring this along to you. We will bring an update to you this afternoon if we can, but we're not expecting to find out more information today. It may be a few days before we find out anything else. Of course, we'll be following up, hopefully, to find the name of the subject that was in custody per the Randolph County Sheriff, and we will look to bring that along to you as well. And if you have any information, you're free to send that along to NEA Report too. It was some of our readers that sent along to us some information that actually was the initial report about this tragic case. I'm Stan Morris. This is NEA Report.